Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today. I'm Taffany and I want to welcome you into my garden. This is Tika's Gardens, and today I am going to be working in the vegetable garden. I'm going to show you what I've done already, and I'm going to get the last of my seeds out and then get some flowers planted back there as well. But before we head back there, I've got the packets of seeds that I have already planted because I've already done a lot off camera. So I've got all the soil turned over and the seeds out. I've got one last bed. I need to top it with some fresh garden soil before I put the seeds out. So the seeds that I have out already, I have turnips that I have put out. And I've got two kinds. I'm reading here. So I've got a 7-top turnip and purple top turnips that I put out. And I'll show you where I put everything, but I have all of my packets and stuff here. So I just want to tell you what I put out before we head that way. So those are the two turnips, 7-top and purple top. I have Bloomsdale spinach, Georgia collard, Lacento kale, dwarf Siberian kale, blue Scotch kale, and black magic kale. So in one section I have 4 different kinds of kale. Then I have next to it the Georgia collards. I did fall short on those, so I'm going to have to get like another pack or 2 of seeds for that, but the majority of that section is filled in. I've got the Bloomsdale spinach, the 7-top turnips, and the purple top turnips. I also put out some bell pepper seeds, some red bell pepper seeds, and today I am going to be putting out some fresh mustard. I picked all the rest that was out there. I'm going to put out some fresh mustard seeds and some lettuce, and these are called Paris Island romaine. And this is what I have left from all of my lettuce seeds. I had a couple. This is the one that's left, so I'm going to use it, and if I fall short I'll get another pack of lettuce in another variety, but we're going to use what we have, trying to save money. So the other thing I want to show you, hang on guys, I don't have a table to work with out here, so I've got my things in the chair, but my seeds were just kind of in disarray. If you looked at a video that I did back in, I believe it was January, when I was January or February, when I was showing you the seeds that I want to be putting out for the season in the vegetable garden, and I was showing you what I kept them in. It was like just a plastic bin that you can get like from the office supply store or like Dollar Tree, something like that. But I went ahead and I broke down and I got my seeds organized. Last year I purchased little paper seed bags, but I didn't put all the seeds in them. So I got all of that done and got it organized. So I got this organizer for seeds. I got it off of Amazon. And let me open it for you. It's a zipper opening, as you can see, and when you open it, it has these plastic little bins in them, and it comes with a sheet of labels, which I did not use. I used my labeler to label them. So let me pull one out so you can see it. All right, so they come in these plastic containers here inside of the bag, and what I did was I put my seeds in, well, the ones that were already bagged that I purchased, you know, like this or whatever, I don't know if you saw that. Like these, they were already bagged. That's fine. But these are the little baggies that I purchased, which I did get off of Amazon. And I put all of the seeds that were just in little, in bag, like grocery bags and all this kind of crazy stuff I had them in. I put them all in these little baggies. And these are mustard seeds, which I'm going to be putting out today. And I have a little labeler that my husband got me. I don't know where he got it from. But I labeled everything. I don't know if you can kind of see that, if it's kind of blurry. But anyway, I have everything labeled. And so now I'm organizing. All my seeds are actually here in this one spot. So we're gonna head to the back. I'll show you what all I put down, where they are. We'll get this last bed planted, and we will then get the flowers put out. So let's head to the back vegetable garden now. All right, guys, I'm out here in the vegetable garden, and since I've been out here, it's like, I don't know if I have Tika's hair on my face, but something's just like rubbing like hair and itching. So that's why I keep rubbing my face. So sorry. But yeah, I'm out here in the vegetable garden. My husband cleared off the rest of the stuff on the fencing, the ivy and vines coming through from the neighbor's side. So it looks a little better, but it's got to get cleaned up. It's a mess over there. But yeah, let me show you what I've done. I forgot to mention that I did put out some spinach as well. So let's show you where everything is. Okay, so we are at the entrance to the vegetable garden. So as we come in, we're going to start in this bed. And here we already had some Georgia collards, as you can see along there, out. So I put more to fill out the rest of the bed. You can kind of see there some slashes. That's where I ran short, so I need just a few more. This side is where I've got all of the kale, the Lacento, dwarf Siberian, blue Scotch, and I can't remember the other one I told you, but this is where all of the kale is and all of the collards. Okay, so on this side we have our habaneros. We have a red habanero here, a orange habanero there, and two reds in the back. And my husband stuck an okra right there, which, as you can see, is growing pretty good. This is the bed over here that is the last bed to be worked on. This is where we're going to put some more mustard and the lettuce. And this bed is the one that my husband's been working on. He planted some various vegetables, but they started out pretty good and disappeared over here. But there are a few coming up as I come around here. On this one, as you can see, there's a few there. And this was really doing good over here, and then it's like they just evaporated, just disappeared. I don't know where. Behind me, in this bed, I have bell peppers. On this side that I am on right now, these are red bell peppers. Right there. The other side are green bell peppers, and then I planted some bell pepper seeds over there in that empty spot, which is a red bell pepper. And down the center of this bed, where I marked with this stick, is corn. And I read that, you know, corn will probably do better here in the Houston area in the fall because of the temps cooling down a little bit, and it might be less likely to get various diseases and bugs. I did try corn last year, and it did grow, but by the time it was time to harvest it, something had really eaten out the inside. So we'll see how this goes. I think I have just maybe a few seeds out in this row, maybe 7 spots, just to test it. In the back there are carrots. Here, the outer edges and along the back are okra. My husband's a big fan of okra. My mother was too. I'm not the biggest fan, but I will eat fried okra. And I've got sticks because, again, I have not purchased labels. And in the middle is spinach. So we'll see how it does. Back here is a blueberry bush and some of the extra okra that we had right there. Turning back this way, we've got tomato plants, different kinds. I have to find the labels. I can't tell you what they are right off the bat. And then we've got purple bell peppers, and I did put some seed here for red bell pepper at the end there, since that there was an empty spot there. And then along the outer part of this bed, I have turnip greens on this side and turnip greens on this side, and you probably see sticks sticking up. Those mark the 2 rows on that side, 2 rows on that side of turnips. So that's what I've done. And then these pocket beds, I will be putting flowers in both of those. This one here and that one. So that is the vegetable garden. Of course, those pots I'm going to be changing out. Those are blackberries in there, and that's a honeysuckle back there. And I did bring over my 2 self-watering pots. I have blueberries coming, 2 more blueberry plants, sunshine blueberries. So I'm going to be putting them in the pots. So the hummingbirds are out feeding. This morning, guys, it feels so good. It is 73 degrees, and I wanted to get out before it got really humid and uncomfortable and get this done. So let's get over here, and this bed's already been turned over. We're gonna fill it, make our rows, and get the planting done. So let's get started. Okay guys, well my neighbor's mowing behind us, so you'll hear that noise, but we'll bear through. So you can see I've got 3 rows of romaine lettuce. You can see the seeds in their rows. I've got 4 rows. Here's the marker right there, the little stick. 4 rows of mustard greens. And that leaves me with 1, 2, 3 rows that I can use for another kind of lettuce or something else. So that's what we have in here so far. So I'm going to cover up these rows. We're going to get the flowers planted and around the vegetable garden, and then that will be it for the vegetable garden for right now. We'll have to get it watered in as well. Oh my God, guys, there was a frog in here. It just jumped out. Scared me half to death. Tika, there's the frog. Why weren't you over here to protect me? See it? Right there. Hey, you're supposed to be a protector. See the frog? Alright guys, well everything is planted and done. I have lettuce, romaine lettuce, I have mustard greens, I've got the flowers planted. There was mowing and flight lesson going on, so I didn't tell you what I have before planting because it's just too much noise and they were there for a while. So I'll just show you what I've planted with the stickers, and then we'll take a look at it. So let's see. Let me grab some stickers from down here. So obviously the yellow plants that I planted are marigolds, and marigolds are a natural pesticide, so I like to typically have them throughout the vegetable garden. I didn't do that this summer, but that is usually what I do. So I wanted to make sure for this fall planting that I had, an abundance of them scattered throughout the vegetable garden. But I also planted snapdragons here in the pocket beds along with marigolds. The dark pink is called Sonnet Carmine, and these are kind of dirty, but let's see if I can. Okay, I got it there for you to see. The second one is called Sonnet Rose. It's a little bit lighter pink, but still has a richness to it. There we go. So we've got snapdragons and we've got marigolds scattered throughout. The snapdragons are in the pockets, the marigolds are throughout the beds here. So let me show you what everything looks like. Okay guys, so standing here at the entrance of the vegetable garden, that is the bed that we just planted the romaine lettuce and the mustard greens in. But as I pan around, you can see the pinks standing up over the tops of these beds here. So in the pocket beds, let me come around here. You can see that I have marigolds on the end, on both ends, and the snapdragons in the center. I've got two of the Sonnet Rose and one of the Sonnet Carmine, the dark ones, I believe that. Let me make sure I'm not saying it backwards. Yes, I've got the Sonnet Carmine is the darker one in the middle, and the lighter ones are Sonnet Rose. And same for this one. 2 Sonnet Carmines, a Sonnet Rose on the end and a Sonnet Carmine in the middle with marigolds on the ends. And as we head back here, where we've got the 2 ochres on the end and the blueberry in the middle, we've got marigolds along the outer front. And as we swing around here, marigolds along that edge there. So that is the vegetable garden for today. So everything is pretty much planted. Just fill in where our empty spots are and try to troubleshoot what's going on with the vegetables in this bed here. Let me pull back this one right here. We have to figure out what's going on. Alright guys, I almost forgot, we've got one more marigold, and that is this one here at the entrance to add color and also to do what it does, act as a little natural insecticide. So, or I should just say natural pesticide. So that's the vegetable garden. All the fall things are out for the most part. I'm not a squash eater, various types of gourds. I don't really do those. So I just believe in planting what we eat, and mainly what we eat lots of. So that's what we did this year. All right, guys. Exciting to have not most, but all of it done now. So, and that back fence looks so much better now that my husband's cleaned up that ivy back there. So we just have to wait for the blueberry bushes to come, and those last bags will be used to fill the pots, and we'll be putting the blueberries in the pots. The sunshine blueberries grow about 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, so they're not very big. Well, actually it's said up to 3 feet tall. So they don't get very big, so they should be perfect in the pots. Alright guys, well that is going to be it for today. We have everything done. I'm so happy and pleased, and we'll see how it goes for this fall with the crops. They said that they should do better in the fall because the temps are a little lower. When I was reading about growing crops here in Houston, it said that July and August just tends to be very brutal for crops to grow, and they tend to be more prone to diseases and pesticide and pests and things like that. So fingers crossed that everything goes well. But I want to thank you for joining me today in the garden, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.